Next up, we have End to the War end credits from the Metal Slug 4 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, what happens if we reach 10,000 before Christmas? The gaming channel. How to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I totally forgot to do this real quick. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that said, let's do this. End to the war. Let's go. Okay, so first we start with some really cool flutes doing the thing here. So extreme. The most creative thing you will ever see in your life. So we start with the flutes giving us a quick run with what we call grace notes, right? So a grace note is the notes that you play before your note. So in this case, for example, the note being played in the flute, let's say it's this G, right? Let's say we have the G. And a grace note is the notes that you play before the note really quick. So you can do, or you can do, or in this case, we're doing a full run, right? Or in this case, like something like that. Right? We're going really fast. We're having the percussion giving us that really cool thing. Let me open my Gmail in the meantime. Really cool stuff going on there. And yes, let's see where it goes. Because we're having. Okay, so we on top of that we do have the percussion. We have a snare going on, really strong snare going on there. We have the string section and our violins, whatnot, giving us a little bit of extra rhythm. Very nice and syncopated, right? So syncopation is when you play against the beat. You can hear it, right? Like it's going against the drums and against the metronome, and we're having bang, 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 bang. Like we're really going against the beat over here. Then we bring in our brass, which sounds to be trumpets and trombones, giving us our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from, usually done via your melody. Let's see where this goes. All right, we move the melody upwards. We do a partial elongation. Over here. Process as follows: open the gift email and accept gift, and give the new in the hanger to the new email address. I think it would probably be easier if I just send it to the email. Anyway, we're going to deal with this afterwards. So yes, we're having a quick elongation of this. So remind me after the video, right? So elongation is when you slow something down in music, right? So right now, we have the main motif, right? Ba ba ba, and then we are doing a slower version. Ba ba ba. So that is elongation going on right now. Partial elongation for the motif. We're just basically evening out the rhythm. Let's see where this goes. We repeat that, we sequence that a little bit. So sequencing, another way that you can develop your material, in which you repeat the same musical idea just from a different starting point, right? So let's say we have this motif over here, right? Now, there's many ways that you can do this. One would be to just repeat the whole thing, right? Just from a different starting point, let's say upwards stepwise motion. You can have that, or you can do keeping some of the notes in the in the same place, and let's say we can keep C in the same place, right? That kind of thing. And yes, so Frenzy, can you send me an email address? I need an email address to send you the thing. If you're still here, let me just DM you on Discord real quick. We have a email address. We had a winner from a giveaway, and Star Citizen is being extra complicated. So yeah, and I sent you the DM as well. So yeah, we're having this. Let's see where it goes. We have, we bring a harp. Harp being this beautiful, beautiful instrument, giving us a glissando. So a glissando is when you basically do a slide, right? So as you can see, the structure of the harp allows you to just put your finger and just slide through all of the strings. Really, really cool. Very, very lovely. And usually when you do these kinds of glissandos, it is indicative of some sort of change. What changed? We took the melody from the brass instruments over to the violins now. Let's see where this goes. With the brass. Oh yes! So we're having those grace notes with the flutes giving us that brang kind of thing. We're having the melody now on the strings, and now we have a little bit of counterpoint from the French horn. So counterpoint being the study of melodies, right? So counterpoint being the study of melodies, how they are, how they interact with one another, how they develop, usually in the context of two or more at the same time. And right now we are having the counterpoint, the second melody being done by the French horn. As you can see, the French horn looks quite different from something like a trumpet or a trombone, or even a tuba. The trumpet, the trombone, usually these have the bell pointing forward. Very open, very bright sounds. The tuba, upwards and forwards, while the French horn, as you can see, is pointing downwards, sideways, and backwards. And on top of that, you have to stick your hand into the bell to even hold the instrument. That gives the instrument a more mellow sound, and it gives you a few more options. So harps are insanely cool instruments. They're very difficult to write for. They can be very difficult to write for, and they can be insanely difficult to play, but they're really cool. So yeah, we're having this going on over here. We're having the French horns giving us a secondary melody, giving us those very glorious leaps while the main melody is still happening. Really cool. Let's see where it goes. Basically the same exact melody as before, but with the counterpoint from the melody, from the French horn. And harp again. So now we take down, we go to a complete contrast now. We have a new version of the melody. We now have the oboe doing this. So we have the harp giving us the accompaniment. We have the strings giving us more legato. You know, they're holding the strings a little bit more. This is the oboe, by the way. Very lovely reed instrument, very majestic, very classy in its sound. You can see right now, the reason why it's called the reed instrument is because you have the little reed over here at the very top. Very, very lovely sound that we are getting with it. And form-wise, form, of course, being the structure of your piece. When it comes to instrumental music, you have to take into account your motifs, how they are used, and the way that the material is exposed. We had section, and then you have to use sections, right? So section A was the start with the trumpets and everything. We had section A prime. Prime means that there's a variation where we moved the melody from the trumpets or trombones over to the violins, and now we are in section B. A complete contrast while we are doing something different. Let's see where this goes. So the motif is still there. The melody is a little bit different, quite different, but the motif is still being there. And now the harp is the one giving us the beat. Very lovely. We bring in So we build the cadence, we bring back the snares, and we are gonna go back to section A. Chances are A prime for an AABA form. Once again, cadence, right? So when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You're building tension or you're resolving that tension. Point in between we call cadence. Another way of saying this is that you're building an expectation and then you're resolving that expectation. That is the cadence, right? I think we're hanging out classically. So yeah, we're having that going on. Let's see where this goes. So this was part 2, I would say. So we have the same melody going on right now. So I would say this would put us in kind of like an A prime, B and B prime, which we can simplify into a massive A and B, which would be a simple binary form, which with section A having 2 halves where we switch over, section B having 2 halves as well, and we are probably going to go back into section A after this to bring back the melody. So we would be having an A, B, A prime, with the prime being that we're only going to do half of A to finish this up. Let's see where this goes. Because we have the trumpets doing the melody, similar to what we're doing. Harp doing the glissando. Counterpoint between the strings and the trumpets, very lovely. The French horn doing that as well, giving us some counterpoint. And oh shit, it's already over. So yeah, we bring in the final cadence. One last set of grace notes. We bring it down with the guitar and the synths, and there you have it. So at the end, it wasn't even a ABA, just an A and B, right? And it's broken down into A prime, B, and B prime. And there you have it. Very straightforward format-wise, but it was really good. It was really, really good. There you have it. That was End to the War, the end credits of the Metal Slug 4 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, to indicate the sequel of the game, where the OST... So before I go into the spiel, right? The single note on the electric guitar is to indicate the sequel of the game where the OSTs are changed to metal theme. That's really cool. So yeah, we bring in the electric guitar, the electronic components, to indicate that the sequel is already in the works and is going to have more heavy metal. Really cool stuff. There you go. So there you go. Once again, everybody, if you're watching this in the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas 2025, which not very likely, but still possible, if it still happens, on top of doing the audiobook fan fiction thing, I will also be playing a single video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, within terms of service, of course. And we'll dedicate a couple of after shows, maybe even a full stream for that. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Link down below. Go coordinate for the Discord. And, yes, artists on YouTube or otherwise musicians, this is an open invitation. Let's work together. If you want any of my musical skills, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's work together. And if you're in the audience and you know anybody could benefit from any of my skills, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about things. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking it in the description down below. If you want to catch, if you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, I'm mixing cables already, right? If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. Check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time, at least at the time of recording. On Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. So if you're not in Europe, once again, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So if you live in Drinkwater and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch, both linked down below, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live on stream during the in the main channel during the after show, and then the recordings go here. Link down below in the description, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah. There you go. End to the War, Metal Slug 4. That was awesome, dude. That was really, really, really good. I played a little bit of Metal Slug. I loved it. It was fun, stupid fun game. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.